Hello everyone, we hope you're all doing beautifully well today. Today's valued viewer request is from new Tom Law. He's becoming a bit of a local nowadays. In fact, he's beginning to harass us. I'm not sure he's that valued. Do any of these headbutt maneuvers work in DCS? And we've got this here. How fighter jets can headbutt enemy planes when US pilots want to get an attention of a hostile or unresponsive plane. They have a few options. One of them is called a headbutt, which sounds metal and dangerous, but is actually an umbrella term for a few techniques, all of which are designed to get another pilot's attention without taking violent action against them. So we're going to come down here that the last year the headbutt maneuver got press coverage after two Super Hornets intercepted hostile ground attack jets over Syria in June. There, the US fighters conducted one of the most aggressive forms of the maneuver. Two American jets flew close to one another, with one trailing behind. The jet wake turbulence combined and became even stronger. And that does happen in DCS, by the way. In fact, that's why we don't use wake turbulence on multiplayer. Because if you've got 18 people taking off at the same time, which we do, you get wake turbulence times 18 the strength. Which is why you see all our warbirds crashing when we take off, because we forget to take wake turbulence off. And the two jets fly in front of the targeted jet in order to destabilize it with their wake. They also drop flares. Basically, the two American jets used the winds from their own passage to rock the targeted jet. When that failed to dissuade the Syrian Su-22 from bombing US-backed forces, the Super Hornet at the rear shot him down. So that didn't work very well. Another version of the headbutt, usually seen when the Air Force is trying to get the attention of and this is a thing. Lots of people in various countries fly into places where they shouldn't do. 99.99% of the time it's by accident, and it's very easy to fly into a place by accident, especially if you haven't got lots of fancy gear. You're just map navigating or whatever. So I'm sure this happens a lot, is when the Air Force is trying to get the attention of a friendly or civilian plane, but has the headbutting jet fly well underneath the target, then fly up nearly vertical about 500 feet ahead of the friendly plane's nose, nearly guaranteeing that the pilot will see the US fighter without forcing the pilot to fly through a violent or dangerous wake, which is true. If a light or slightly unstable aircraft for some reason flies through a wake of a big heavy Hornet, it's a very dangerous thing to do. It could lead to damage or complete departure from the plane. Just go and watch Top Gun 1, 1986. This is only done if ground controllers and fighter planes have been unable to establish radio comms, obviously, with the aircraft, and the aircraft is flying into restricted airspace. A third version of the maneuver is very similar to the first, but only has one jet flying ahead of the targeted aircraft. This has two advantages. First, less wake is created, meaning that the targeted aircraft is less affected, so less danger created. Second, it allows the wingman to stay behind the aircraft to loiter in a good attack position, ready for a kill if necessary. This version of the maneuver is often accompanied by release of flares in order to drive home the point that the US jet is trying to communicate with the targeted aircraft. While these maneuvers have certainly existed for a long time, the American emphasis on them has grown since the attacks of September 11, 2001. Obviously, yeah, it makes complete sense. Suddenly, an air force that has always been aimed at foreign enemies has to be prepared to assess threats in the domestic airspace much more often. Like all US military forces, especially when operating with and near civilians, the US pilots wanted a clear escalation of force procedure with ways to assess whether a civilian aircraft was a threat before they were forced to shoot it down. This requires pilots to develop new skills like additional levels of warning an aircraft that is entering a restricted airspace. It's also led to pilots of fighter jets that could break the sound barriers of fast jets suddenly being worried about how they can slow down enough to read a light aircraft's tail number. It's a very interesting point. So imagine you've got an F-16 that's Mach 2 or capable, or whatever 1,600 miles an hour is, and you've got to fly at, I don't know what Cessna goes at, 120 knots or something. How do you do that to investigate? It's a real thing. And we go on along the same vein. So what are we going to do in DCS? Well, let's try if we can do the first thing. What we'll do is to make it kind of empirical, if you like, we'll set up a bad guy, an AI guy who's coming to bomb us with a mission to bomb us, and set up on, if you like, average skill level and stuff like that. We'll fly ahead of him to create the wake turbulence, double wake turbulence, and we'll see if it'll upset him enough to quit his target. There is logic in the AI and DCS that if he does get upset or threatened enough, then he will go off his mission. And we'll see if we can do that. Then we'll try, really interesting, we'll try getting a Cessna. We don't have a Cessna, but we can get a Yak or something to fly at Cessna speed. And see if we can fly our F-16 slow enough so that we can read his tail number. We'll put a tail number on him and see if we can read that. I think that's very interesting. So stand by. So what we've got is a nasty little AV-8B in front of us. He's got bombs and he's going to go and bomb that runway. Otherwise, he's just set to normal. Everything's set to normal, so we'll see how he reacts. We're going to go intercept him, and we're going to see if he's a goodie or a baddie. We're going to do the first headbutt RC, which is we're both going to get ahead of him and disturb him with our wake turbulence, okay? Off we go. I think it's about 3:13 IAS.
Said 3:30.
Wow! Oh, well, look at that! Right. What a wuss! What an absolute wuss! How did he even know I was there, RC? That didn't work so good. It turns out Harrier drivers are massive wusses for some reason. So we've changed his logic now. He's no longer allowed to abort his bombing mission, but he can do passive defense. So he can defend to kind of, you know, save himself. But he can't just drop all his bombs and just fly away, because when we get near him... Are you ready, RC? You watch it, he'll drop his bombs and just fly away again. I'll have to shout the W word. Okay, he's not dropping his bombs, RC. Can we dissuade him? Yeah. Can we dissuade him from bombing our... Oh, he's just dropped his... Oh, I could get a little bit closer this time, but... Okay, valued viewers, that also didn't work. This time we've said, under no circumstances are you allowed to evade or take any evasive action. So he will go and bomb that come May. But in this case, can we wake turbulence him enough so that he physically can't go and do his mission? Mission editing in DCS. It's an art form. But he's not dropping his bombs, at least. Now, can we dissuade him by giving him a little bit of wakey-wakey? Wakey-wakey! Oh, wakey wakey! Look how close I am to him.
You seem to be in front of him.
I'm in front of him. Actually hard to do flying backwards, but that I've given him all sorts of wake, RC.
He is not dissuaded.
He's not dissuaded. Come on, you should be going all over my wake, mate. Right, you get back and get in a guns position, RC. Don't fire until my order. RC just fires up in a random direction. Haha, so RC.
What?
Nothing. Come on, he's right in my wake, look. Die, Harrier, die! Die from my wake.
Well, that's not bad.
Oh, he dropped the bomb! Shoot him down, RC, shoot him down, that's an order. God damn it.
You dropped the bombs?
He dropped the bombs. Turns out he was a terrorist, Boom, 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 boom. I'm coming after him. Get some, baby. You watch him defeat us now.
Oh!
Oh! Embarrassing, RC! Don't worry, we'll cut that right out. Okay, welcome back, valued viewers. A new test. The C101 here, flying as slow as he can at 115 IAS, so that's pretty slow. We're going to come in big Mach 1.8 Hornet, Legacy Hornets, see if we can fly slow enough to read what's on his tail, which I don't think is possible in any plane, but let's give it a go anyway. Okay, I'll see 3, 2, 1, go. Right, get your high alpha skills on us. Oh my god, we've overshot just a little bit. Oh, I've hit him. Oh. I got to read it.
You hit me.
Oh, how embarrassing for the whole of GR and anyone else watching. They're going to think we're monkeys, RC. Right.
Did we all get hit?
Appears we all got hit. 2, 1, go. Air brake on. And twist and pivot and duck and toad. My plane stopped working altogether. Literally nothing's doing anything anymore. I was clicking on the wrong screen, RC.
Backed out of your own server.
I was clicking on the wrong screen.
Oh.
That's why. That's never a good thing to do. I wasn't into Lang not long, but when I was there, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this is really hard. The plane, she no like it. What's my angle of attack? 16 degrees. Not bad, huh? Not bad, huh, valued viewers? For an old timer. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna putting up the sky. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, no, it's not got the power, RC. Look. I'm a really weak little aeroplane. I'm so weak. Weak. So that's basically how I have to fly, valued viewers, to fly with a Cessna. And he makes control less terribles. You know, Super Gap, he doesn't give up on a challenge. This is horrendously dangerous. Horrendously so. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm not giving up.
So here's the funny thing.
Yes, I'll see. Can I help you with them? Yes, you are.
Can't be spiked by you.
That's what you get.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Stopped.
I'm gonna get it this time. This time, guys. That's as stable and as close as I can get. Oh no! Oh, bad things happening! It's okay. Everything is just okay. Lost him, RC. No, this terrible little Cessna could be doing a vast amount of damage to the infrastructure. He could crash into something and ruin some paint on a building. I think this is a definite good use of taxpayers' money. Look at you just moseying around like a noob. Hey, noob!
I'm at 60 knots right now.
Hey, noob, don't quit your day job!
Better get out of this stall. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. Are you trying to shoot him down now?
No. Oh, so close to reading it! Uh-oh. This never ends well for Super Cap. This rarely ends well for Super Cap. Yeah, see ya, sucker! Oh, dear. Look at RC go! Hey, noob! You're trying to read the town number on a Cessna.
Hey, this is pretty good. 48.
Turning to a new competition. How slow can we get a Hornet? Oh, Wagner will be turning in his grave, RC.
Yep, I'm at 48 knots right now.
That's so cool. That's the minimum read, so you're actually probably about 10 knots.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, this is just fun on its own.
I guess. So the two F-18s have been beaten by the Cessna. How does that feel, RC? Right. I guess that's me. I guess
kind of dig this, actually.
you're not gonna fly around that like that in the mission. I'm not allowing you to do that. Right. Well, I hope that solved all of your questions you had, viewers. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.